I knew it was. I was like, this isn't The Simpsons. I know.
Go down, baby. And you know from the game that don't go down, baby. I want a chick with thick hips that licks her lips. She could be the office type but like to strip. And girl, you get me aroused. How you look in my eyes? Plus you talk too much. You're ruining the vibe. I don't wanna lose the feeling because the roof is ceiling is on fire. And you looking good from the getting. I'm around the weather in a hoodie. You're a linen the provider. You should see the jewelry and the women that I'm feeling it up. The squad stay filling the truck with chicks that's ready to just with us. And you say you got a man and you're in love, but what's love got to do with a little menage?
Hey, come on.
What's love got to do with it?
What's love got to do with a little menage, man? Derek Jackson. Hey.
We still on that? What?
What's good? It's your boy Denz.
It's your girl Lex.
And you're locked into
TwinPodcast.
You know we still here.
Right here.
Riding with y'all
every
niggas
day.
On the block.
You want to go night-night?
You want to go night-night, nigga. nigga.
I got my glasses on. I'm feeling a bit fly. We fresh to death up in here.
Fuck these niggas. Talking about. Let's go, coach. Let's go. Our topic of today is really I'm tired of being bullied in my house. That's first of all. I am not
go this way.
I am not a victim.
I think you are if you are being bullied.
I'm not a victim, and I'm currently being bullied because I'm making more efforts to speak Tree in it. Like, I'm making more efforts. If you don't know what Tree is by now, you clearly haven't listened to us before. But
you will never. Nah, I need to bring that back. Every time,
don't love you, man. Hey, no, that
listen, their songs come in my head, and I'm like, why is this not slapping on TikTok?
Fam,
I'm gonna have to trend it up. Hey, nah, Sierra, she was in her bag.
Sierra
I don't care.
in a different kind of bag still. But yeah, I'm tired of, like, I want the respect I deserve. Basically, I'm trying to learn Tree. We're supposed to go Ghana this summer.
God willing. Please, God.
Because last year...
I beg.
Hey, big guy, you did this wrong. You did this dirty.
Hey, God.
Dirty.
It's me again.
Yeah.
I come to thee humbly.
I'm not proud of calling you for the sixth. Fam, like, nah, he did us dirty. But I'm planning to go Ghana this summer, innit? So, I am hoping, so when I meet my cousins and stuff...
Oh, not my cousins.
I can speak to them with, like, not with vim, but, just a little bit, This is why
you can't speak the language.
A little bit of the tongue into my English, you know? So instead of...
You need to add the tree to the Twinglish.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
English.
Yeah, like, again, I'm more of the inner for, but I want to...
He's a brap.
Yeah. Or say crumb, I'm American. I want to be able to, like, speak a little bit of Tree in it. But I'm not even just doing it for that. I'm doing it, like, in general. Because I want Tree to be, like, on my mind. But inside my house, I haven't been trying. I just keep on getting slaughtered. And you know why I'm getting slaughtered? You know who the main culprit is? I know you're not thinking it's her. She's second, okay? The first one is the woman that gave birth to me!
I wasn't even sure who the main culprit was.
Fam.
I was like, is he looking at me?
Nah, it's mum. Mum is whooping my ass.
Really?
Every time I say something, yeah, like, she'll just be like, did you mean to say... No, she doesn't even say, did you mean to say... She'll be like, let's say, I said Ensio. But let's say if I said Ensio, like, Ensio's water. If I said Ensio, like, Ensio, she'd be like, Ensio.
She's on you.
Ensio. Like, it's just like, come on, man.
Say it well.
It's like, I get it, say it well and stuff, but I ain't trying. And I don't try for stuff in life. So if I'm trying with this...
That's true.
You're a raggedy bitch for saying it's true. you really somehows. You just gonna agree with me?
Yeah.
This is like in the car, man. I know you just get... What do you even say in the taxi that I agreed with? Oh, yeah, she was like... She was like, if somebody called her like a glam babe, they don't watch her vlogs. And I was like, it's just like, she be looking toe up, and I'm like, you looking busted. And she was like, okay.
Like, okay.
Okay. Yeah, that's how I feel. Okay. Fuck you anyway. But yeah, no. I'm trying and it's hard, and you don't just keep mocking me. And
Right. Sorry,
and
Rihanna just said to me, "Mum's jacket is available on ASOS." I think I have to get it right now.
Oh my gosh.
My mum's been on to me about a coat that I bought her that didn't fit, and she's been like, "So, have you got me my new coat yet? Have you got me my new coat yet? Have you got me my new coat yet?" So my sister just put it in the basket because it came back in. Oh, I think it's gone again. What size is this? No, it's in the basket now.
Alright, cool. Buy that. But
I need to get that student discount. Yes.
What's the term that you guys called me? That if because I right now, let's say I can only speak English. I can speak a little bit of my mother tongue, but I'm not fluent. So what's that term you all said?
What term?
The term for people like me.
Oh,
people that can't speak their a language that's spoken.
You're selectively bilingual.
Yeah, selectively bilingual.
You have selective bilingualism. I saw that on Twitter.
Yeah, what is that? What does that mean?
Selective bilingualism is when you, for whatever reason, sometimes it's because of like moving around, or sometimes it's because of embarrassment, trauma, all these kinds of things. Yeah. You can understand your language, but you can't speak it. Something stops you from being able to speak it, even though you truly understand the language. So you don't like pretend to get it. You mostly understand what people are saying, but you can't express yourself in that language. That's what they said on the internet, though. So,
and that's what my family have diagnosed me with. So I think that's the case. Why I can't speak Tree, I don't know. Maybe it's practice, but
I think you can speak it.
So what do you think is stopping me? What trauma do you think is stopping me?
I think that you're not confident, and so you don't want to speak it. And when you do try to, obviously, then people get onto you. So then that makes you want to speak it even less.
So why don't you guys stop mocking me? If that's the case.
It's not. I don't mock you, Denz. I try to teach you.
Huh? No, you mock me. You mock me. You know what I like? I like proof.
Dare you?
How dare you DM me?
How dare you DM me? Well, the proof is in the pudding.
No, because there's your YouTube video on your channel.
Yeah, where I was teaching you the language.
You were mocking me in that video, man.
It's not my fault.
Since then, even like in our mum's salon, when it was open, obviously, because it's
she showed it to all the aunties.
The aunties and the uncles were mocking me when I came in there as well. I was just thinking,
I didn't know they watched my channel.
I was thinking, my dad owns this place.
Your ass is toast.
Your ass is toast. This is my mom's establishment.
Oh my god. You think you can laugh at me, huh?
Do you know who my dad is?
You know who my dad is?
White people are so funny.
Honestly, they're hilarious. Do you know who my dad is?
You know who my dad is?
You'll never work a day in this company. They be meeting them threats, man.
Bucko.
Yeah, no, bucko.
Oh my days,
You're
man.
toast, fam.
Nah, but that's the truth. That's the truth. And I feel like I am getting older. I wanna make sure that I know like trees so I can pass on to my kids. Because it's not gonna be like you lot I can just take them to so that, oh yeah, you know tree.
They can speak it with their grandparents.
Or mum and dad. But that's what I mean. I want it to be like present in my household.
Ooh.
The way it's present in our household. But
yeah, my parents were born there though.
I know, but that's what I mean. I feel like there's so many parts of your culture you're going to lose as you get older when you're in a different country. That language is a very strong foundation, or at least like a platform for you to be infused by stuff. Because there's so much stuff that I know just about Ghana, or even just about culture, just from language or listening to conversations and stuff like that. Whereas I fear that my kids won't be able to have this luxury or ability to do so.
Do you worry that so the question I want to ask you is, at what point, when do you feel the most Ghanaian?
I feel like I feel the most Ghanaian when I'm amongst other Ghanaians. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, when I went to uni, I was speaking Tree more. Even mum was like, why are you speaking Tree to me? Like, and I was just like, you know what it is? Like, I feel like when you're absent from, the Don't put on your spectacles. don't you dare. Why show shades?
My Shelley shades.
Oh, shades, nice. But yeah, no. When I went away from uni and I came back home.
Away from.
Sorry, when I went away from home and I went uni and I came back, I was like, I found myself like just saying stuff.
So you felt like we were less guardian in the house than your guardian friends at uni.
That's cap. Let me stop. I mean, like I said it wrong. What I meant was when I went uni and I came back, I think I realized how much I missed the Ghanaianism of the house.
Oh, so the house is very Ghanaian to you.
The house is very Ghanaian.
Okay.
The house is very Ghanaian to me. But when you're there, you don't deep it. But when you're away and you come back, is when you deep it. Like you want, like it's kind of like, I don't know what it is. It's like your body like craves the Ghanaianism. Is that when you go uni, you come home and then you want Ghanaian food. Like you don't want to come home and then order fries fair. Or order a burger. Like
that is fair enough, and I can say that I relate to that because obviously I have Ghanaian friends, but I'm not part of like a Ghanaian batch.
Yeah.
And I never have been part of a Ghanaian batch.
Only in school, in primary.
Primary school, yes, but everybody was Ghanaian.
Yeah, everybody was Ghanaian.
Everybody was Ghanaian. That it's not a Ghanaian batch if everyone is Ghanaian.
Yeah.
You're just all Ghanaian, which is so different from being in a group where all your friends or the majority of your friends are Ghanaian, but other people and they're not Ghanaian. That wasn't the case in primary school. The people you knew, they were Ghanaian. If you weren't Ghanaian, you were part of a Ghanaian batch.
Yeah.
But when I went to uni, I didn't really have Ghanaian friends. I don't think I even had, apart from the people I already knew prior to uni, I don't think I made friends with, there weren't that many Ghanaians. Besides my nigga Will. Shout out Will though. That's my guy. But I feel like when I came home from uni, it was definitely like coming back to Kumasi for sure.
Coming back to Kumasi.
Yeah, because everybody, it was like come back from it was literally like come back to Kumasi because obviously like Denz is Kumasi, like our area is Ghana, like everybody's Ghanaian, and I think at uni everyone was from East London.
Fam.
Yeah, if you went Essex, you know what I'm talking about.
Just like, we're not gonna move.
Where are we going? Man, this is far enough.
Really our back garden,
Yeah, 20
East and South East.
Drive.
Ridiculous.
Like them, everybody was from East, so it was like, and if they were from North, they weren't from like my ends. The people who were from my area at uni, I knew them.
Yeah.
I knew those people. There were people who I knew, like I already knew them prior to university. It wasn't like, I went to uni and I met people from my bits. No. I can't think of one person that I went to uni with that I met that was from my area that I didn't know in any like capacity.
I think there was only one or two people that I was just like, but other than that, is that I used to get the bus to school with you. I seen you at a station, something like that. But I think it was only like two people.
Yeah,
like I have actually never seen you before.
I didn't have that in my year. Like I didn't have someone that I was aware of that was from my area that I didn't know. And to top that off, that was Ghanaian. No, so when I came back,
Ghanaian, no. If they were from North and you, nobody. I don't even think did any of my friends from North.
If you're from North, I knew who you were. Like I don't say I'm bait, but like I know quite a lot of people. So if you were from here, cool, whatever, innit? But if you're from here, I knew who you were, kind of thing. So like I didn't have that. I guess like no, I don't know these people. But to some people, when I came home, I was like, right, back in Ghana, boy, and that was it. Just back to normal, back to being just as Ghanaian as I always am. But I don't think people at uni realised how Ghanaian I was. You had to be close with me to know that like I'm bare Ghanaian. But I don't think like the wider uni group would think of me and be like, oh, she's fresh, like she's tree speed, like she. That's why I feel like the video that I did with Tedeku Hub recently, obviously that video spanned quite far because they're popping. And it was a very funny video, and equally it was timely. It was Ghana independence.
I need a help.
Like I don't think people please, I need help. My husband is choking. I don't think people thought of me as
Ghanaian babe.
That Ghana girl. I honestly don't think people thought of me that way, which I find hilarious because that's exactly who I'm not gonna put a flag in my bio because I know who I am. This year was like one of the first years I actually like changed my changed my little name and added the flag on Twitter. But it's like, I don't need to do that. If you catch me like a rat on the highway, yeah, you did talk very big nonsense to me. You did talk very big nonsense to me. I know my history enough. I know my culture enough. I speak my language. Like, there's no question about how Ghanaian I am. But people don't know it.
But this is straying very much from away from what I wanted to talk about. But I feel like that's just like, I feel like the way we view Ghanaian is very much just from the Can perspective. Do you get what I mean?
Factually, yes.
Yeah, like,
we don't think about other Ghanaians. Yeah. But we are a Can, so we would.
That's fam. We're so like bare. We're just bare like that.
Trapped.
It's fam. It's trapped in this.
I'm not from Accra still.
It's fam. Trapped from. Don't look at them when you say that. Trapped in this mentality
yeah, but sorry, fam.
We're trapped in. We're trapped in this. It's like when you're trapped in this. I'm no British culture. My guy, you know London culture.
Yeah,
like
facts. That's what I mean.
That's very much true. Like when we say that, like it's Ashanti. Like it's very much we know Ashanti culture. We don't know like.
I don't know much about Den Cry for or that before. In fact, I know people. Like I know people who are from other parts of Ghana. I know Akan is not the only region, or like I said, Akan is more of a group of people. But I know that Ashanti region isn't the only region. But like, I'm not gonna lie, that's what I'm concerned with. Do you know how hard it is to know about your own culture, let alone going to know about all the different cultures within your one country? Yeah. Massa, cut your cloth and cut it to your size. Yeah, that's what you need to be doing. I'm not. Listen.
As long as I know about Anansi, that's all.
They're cool, Anansi. Yo, the Jamaicans know about him, you know.
Fam.
Yeah, it's one of their folktales.
Swear.
Connections.
Do you remember when you had to do this in primary school?
No, this means Christ.
No, fam, yeah, but then they used to do the itsy bitsy
the itsy bitsy spine.
Cut out the water shout. Okay.
But inside, this was Christ.
Yeah, this is Christ inside.
Deep in it. Fam. That's how they did Jesus, you know.
Fam.
Shelley. Yeah, use it.
I really miss my nigga.
Jesus.
But then that's bare barriers within your own culture even. Because if me and you don't speak the same language, it's very hard to communicate and it's very hard to learn more about you if I'm not willing to learn stuff about you. And I feel like if people don't understand you, then they're not going to be willing to hear what you have to say for the most part, because that's even more effort. I want to know what's going on them sides. But then I have to know what you're saying. But I'm so even if you look at it from a me perspective. Shut up. You said let's just all speak tanks.
Yeah.
Is this Pentecost? Is this Pentecost?
On the day of Pentecost.
Listen. But that's that. Even like, let's say for somebody like me, like I can't really speak Tree that well, and then now there's other. So that instantly gives a disconnect within Ashanti people. But then now let's say if I wanted to be with like me, like Ghana or like Fanti Ewe, like that's even like harder now.
Do you think?
I think so, because it's harder to learn about them sides because I don't know what your say is.
The only thing that I would say is, and I'm not saying this is a good or a bad thing, but the only thing I would say about particularly like languages in Ghana is, besides English, which is the official language, colonialism, Tree is the most widely spoken language in Ghana.
I agree. But then
like across the board, it is factually. So if you speak Tree, you're already a step closer.
But then, do you feel like that's kind of messed on other parts of Ghana though?
That's why I said I'm not saying it's a good or bad thing.
Yeah.
I don't think I can't sit here and say, I find that to be problematic, because I suppose there is a reason for that. Languages become widespread when people travel.
But at the same time, it's like when we see like how languages get into other places, like let's say English into Ghana, the methods of that is a bit mad.
Yeah, so but it depends on how you look at a country. And I read on like colonialism specifically and like ideas of slavery, transatlantic slave trade, and I'm not going to go into detail, but there is something to be said about the ways in which Europeans framed what it means to belong to a country, or to be, or for another person from your country to be your countryman, to be your people. it wasn't conceptualized the same way in the past. So, for example, Ghanaians in Ghana weren't all like, oh, but we're Ghanaians. Unless the threat was a complete foreign power, i.e. the Portuguese coming into Ghana, it's not all parts of Ghana that at the time of invasion felt invaded. It's the area that was being invaded that felt invaded. It's the region, it's the people of that place. Because when they say, but when Black Americans say, y'all sold your own, it wasn't like that because it wasn't their own. It was, you didn't see yourself as, I'm Ghanaian, so I'm Ghanaian. And it's the same in any country, and I'm not speaking specifically only on like Ghana's ideas of who people are, but typically in Africa and other parts of the world, the concept wasn't, oh, we're from the same country, so we're the same people. There were tribes, there were regions, there were whole areas where you only can relate to those people because those are the people whose language you speak, whose food you eat, and there are differences in all of that due to, again, travel, movement, where people migrated from. They say that people from Accra are Nigerians originally. Not all, but they say a lot of the migration happened in that way. A lot of the Ibes are Togolese, knowingly, like people that we know. They know that, up the line, we're actually Togolese. Same with, there are people on the border of Cote d'Ivoire that are Ivorians, but like Ashantis. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, we've mixed up. So really, the concept of people and who we are and, we're Ghanaians. Like, that patriotism, that jingoism it's not something we necessarily had as we are one nation, we are one people. That comes under governance. I personally think that we are one nation, we are one people, we are Ghana. That's Kwame Nkrumah.
And is that easier to say when you're outside of that environment that, I'm Ghanaian? Because, like, let's say Kwame Nkrumah, because he travelled to England.
Absolutely.
Like, no, I'm going back to Ghana. I feel like that's where the idea
in
comes
England,
from.
you're Ghanaian. They don't care if you're Ashanti, Fanti, Equiapim. They don't care if you're from Bolgatanga. They don't care if you're from Tamale, Sunyani. They don't care. It doesn't matter. Do you get what I'm saying?
12 of them. They
don't even toss if you're from 12 of them. Like, and a lot of people don't even know the different dialects under Akan. They only know Tree. There's Akan Fanti. Fanti is Akan.
Yeah.
There's Akan Equiapim. There's the Burna half a lot. Bono. That man speak Bono basically. It's not,
that's what we're talking about up there.
Yeah, it's not exactly the same, but I can understand them because it sounds like Tree because it's a dialect. It's an Akan dialect, but it's them ones that concept of like language and belonging. It really only happens when you're a foreigner. Foreigners saw the people of Ghana as the people of Ghana, but even in like in Spain, for example, people from Barcelona are so different to people from other parts of Spain. They see themselves differently.
Literally, what we even just saying now, like North niggas.
I don't think I'm the same as those.
Fam, like,
listen, let me be very clear.
Fam,
I'm not the same as a South Londoner. Right?
even Ghanaians, let's say like Ashantis in North London compared to South London.
I'm not the same,
like,
bro.
it's different.
South London Ghanaians are awkward.
Like it's different.
Awkward.
And it's because there's so much more of a community of Ghanaians in North. Yeah. Like, it's funerals, everything's here. Like, there's the spot. People from South are travelling to North.
Like, it's just simply not the same.
Yeah, and that's why I feel like
availability of food, where you can go, events where they're held. When they do Ghana Independence events, it's always in North London. I've never been to a Ghana Independence event that's been outside of North London. And if it isn't, it's in MK North.
Yeah.
Party Park's in Trent Park. Do you get what I'm saying? The area and that makes a difference, but language definitely, when it comes to like being the deciding factor as to where you think you belong, you do like to belong where you think you can be understood and where you can understand. But
I feel like it's limiting within culture, and at the same time, if you look at like opportunities, so like jobs and stuff, like there's so many because you know me, postgraduate. If I haven't said it before,
that hiccup.
I'm saying it again.
He needs a job.
You're looking for jobs. I have a job, but it's like I wanna get in a bag. I want to get in a bag. I want to get something dangerous. So it's like, if there's like a job in a different country or something, you're not gonna like, and they'll want you, but you're not qualified because you can't speak the language, and they want that. They want you to be bilingual or something. Like, there's so many places that speak that want German, Mandarin. German's the main one now, though. Like, from what I see on like job opportunities, and it's like if you can't speak it, then you can't. And I feel like there's what's it called? I feel like there's an ignorance in solely wanting to speak one language, or at least the language where you live. Because I guess there's a patriotism inside of it as well. It's like I'm proud of where I'm from, whatever, and I want to speak this language. And this is like what works for me now. But at the same time, it's like this could open up so many more opportunities for me if I was open to learning these languages.
But I think all of that comes from like history. So I don't think a 10-year-old kid in primary school. Is that a fire alarm?
I think so, you know. Let's keep it rolling until you know.
Yeah. I don't think a 10-year-old kid in primary school is selfish for wanting to speak English, or like even if that carries on 20 years down the line. But I do think education systems have a responsibility to open up a dialogue about different languages. And the reason I think that's important is because not doing so makes certain languages appear superior. They learn English in Denmark. They don't have to speak it to you, but they learn it.
Same way in Ghana, they learn English.
But you have to ask yourself, why do they learn English? Why do they feel like they have to speak our language and we don't have to speak theirs? And it's because of history. It's because history made English a superior language. But now, in order to have better opportunities, because we've seen as Brits that there's more to life than England. But now the Danish can work here comfortably because they understand the language, and good on them. They can speak it. They can work at home, but we can't work there unless we're working in companies that don't require that from us. And I feel like that's on the British to do more to stop acting like your language is the best. Like, do you know what I mean? Stop acting like you're the best thing since sliced bread. There's other places that people might want to go to. And I think it's unfortunate that English has been enforced in other countries to the point where you're illiterate in Ghana if you don't speak English, but you're in your own country. But again, colonialism, the history exists, and it's a fact at this point in time. Are they going to revert? I doubt it, because it's happened now. But I think like countries like England or America, where they speak English, could do more to
learn. America's just done that anyway.
That nation is so done that. Sorry for
in terms of like ignorance in other countries, from an outsider perspective, again, I'm not in America, innit?
Yeah.
But just from the stuff I see people say that are from America, it's like your perception of reality is so warped.
It takes a lot of unlearning, and it depends where you are in America, because like being like your perception of culture, etc., living in New Orleans.
It's completely different again to like living in New York. Or
it's different because there are some areas where typically the people who are there are from somewhere else, and they know it, they say it, you know it, you say it. Same way as there are heavily Haitian populated areas in particular states. Same way as there are heavily Mexican populated areas in particular states, heavily Puerto Rican populated areas. Like you can name a bunch of cultures, a bunch of different countries and their countrymen in a particular area in a particular state, but it's kind of limited to that state. So like you might grow up speaking Spanish because everyone in your area is Puerto Rican that you went to school with. Same way, one of my colleagues she's Australian, and she was saying how in her area in Australia, there was a really, really big Asian community. So that's when she first started having bubble tea back in Australia.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and like getting into Korean barbecue and like getting into Asian culture because there were a lot of Asian people around. And it's them ones, it's like, do we have to move to get respect in another country so that they can hear our language, or do we have to learn theirs and then there's a back and forth? Or should we actively try to learn about other cultures generally?
Why? And if you're from a country's perspective, you might be like, well, this is my country.
Yeah, why do I need to do that?
Yeah, why do I need to do that?
That's kind of valid.
Yeah, which is fair as well. Because we're talking about all of this, like people should be teaching other people countries. But at the same time, if you're like, this is my country, and like from what I was saying, like you want to keep this aspect of our culture amongst each other, do it.
It's not in the curriculum, so it almost would require people going out of their way to get to speaking all these other languages or knowing things about other countries being the norm. Somebody said to me, so I was at work the other day and we were talking about countries and stuff, and the other people that I was with, the 3 guys that I was with, they're all from countries in the Caribbean. Yeah. So all 3 of them were Jamaican, but one of them was half Canadian, and one was like talking about where he's from in Jamaica, and he was like, oh, it's one of the states I can't remember, and I was like saying because he was like trying to think, and I know that exists in, and he was like, yeah, I think so, it might be that one, you know, whatever. And then one of them said to me, how do you know, but that was like the 3rd thing that I had said about a different country that I'm not from, basically. Like, we were talking about islands and whatnot, and I was like, well, I know people from those countries, and if you're around me and you're from somewhere, I will make it a point of knowing at least a little something about where you come from, because provided it's important to you, then it's important to me. When the closest girl to me that in uni was Bengali, bro, I learned about, well, she was Bangladeshi, they speak Bengali, it's a common mistake. I learned about Bangladeshi politics just out of curiosity and found out that they have female prime ministers, and it's just like, yeah, fam, their politics is funny though. They can just like lock each other up for treason on a mad team. Like, they're like literally, like, you'll come out of jail, now you're the governing body, and you'll be like, yeah, she gotta go. You're opposing me, so you're going to jail. Like, and it works by their laws. Do you know what I mean? But it's like, why would I need to know that? And now that's a random fact that I know about a country that I'm not from. But it's curiosity, I think. But I think the most important thing you can do is try to know about yourself. At the end of the day, whoever you are, I feel like that's the most important thing. Language, like, if you want to learn Tree and you're serious, which I know that you are, I'll tell people to stop answering you.
No, you won't.
Yeah, I will.
No, you won't.
I'll tell them to stop laughing at you. I'll stand in front of you. Don't laugh at my brother.
I'll stand in front of you. I'll stand.
Stop laughing at my brother. You stop that now. You don't do that. You don't do that.
No, you don't.
That's what I'll tell them. I'll tell them in a Ghanaian way, like I have been lately. You don't do that, okay? Don't do that. Stop it. Behave yourself.
Whatever, man.
I'll tell them, I promise.
Whatever.
I will.
Yeah.
Because I think you should.
Inside the house, once the jokes start rolling, nigga, you can't help but.
Because I'm the one who starts the jokes. But I think if you genuinely want to learn, like.
Yeah, no, I've already like bought apps and stuff.
Oh, you bought apps?
Yeah, I bought Tree Primer.
Why don't you speak it though? My thing is, yeah, you have to get over the uncomfortable part of like saying things wrong.
The thing is, if let's say if I think of something to say and it's inside my head, like, okay, I'm gonna say this, and I say it once, and then somebody doesn't hear me, then I'll be like, oh yeah, I'll just say it in English.
No, that's not good.
No, because if it's like I've built up this anticipation. In my head,
just because we didn't hear you, it's not that deep, my guy.
If you hear me, I'll just say it.
You're like, well, I give up.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, man.
I could be like, found my phone, man, and then you're like, what? Oh, can you pass me my phone, please? Like, that's me, nigga. That's me to a T. Like, that's what I do. But anyway, do you feel like do you want to pass on Tree to your kids? Cool.
I want my kids to think I'm fresh.
We said this in a previous episode, but that whole Ghanaian auntie like aesthetic, that's not happening. Like,
I know I'm still gonna be
like,
British.
I'm gonna be that auntie in the park. It's not gonna happen.
Sorry no. The thing is, it can, and the reason why it can is because
attending to their mothers.
Absolutely, but also, let's not take away from the work that diasporans are doing to stay in touch with their countries of origin. I feel like currently, particularly with Ghana and Nigeria, I've seen a lot of people making conscious efforts to move home, to move to a country they weren't born in, or were born in and came here really young, because some of you lot were born there. And I didn't know this until I'm finding out that people went to primary school in Ghana. They're going on holiday to Ghana and going back to visit their primary school. Yeah, go to Presec, and you're like, what?
Fam, there's this campaign going on called Go Back to Africa.
Yeah, I've seen it.
And I think it's dope. Like, I'm not sure how I feel about the wording and stuff, but I'm with it. That's one of those things where I'm like, when people are like take the power out of words or change meanings, I see what they're doing and I rate what the idea behind it is.
Yeah.
I wish them lot the best in it because it looks like a dope idea.
It looks really sick. But people are doing that work.
But I feel like it's hard though, because as much as like, let's say as much as like we argue against tribalism and stuff, that's the stuff that I guess preserves culture.
Yeah.
Inside communities, because now let's say if you marry somebody from like a different race, from like a different country or different race or something, funneling down the language while funneling down like a different culture comes with its own language. Like you're bound to lose bits of that. So how much, if you, let's say you have a youth with somebody that's Japanese, how, in fact, no, let's keep it black. Angolan. Angolan, yeah. How much of that, of your youth, do you want them to be Ghanaian? Honestly. I don't know the political answer, because the political answer is 50-50. But how much do you want your kids to be Ghanaian?
Truly, because I carried them, I want my kids to lead. Lead with being Ghanaian still. Like, I do want that, but at the same time, if you want to be a purist, then you have to marry a Ghanaian. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really into the purism thing. Like, not really.
Rebel! There's so much funnier. For reasons y'all niggas ain't gonna understand.
Like, I'm not really into that. Like, as much as I get why people are like that in a certain, to an extent. I'm not really into that whole, like, oh, well, if you really want to be pro-black, I guess you got to stick with black people only. Like, I get it. I get why people say it. And if you want overall alignment, a little bit more of that comes with, I guess, being with people that are from where you're from. But then, it begs the question as to where you're from. If I was, as a Ghanaian, to marry, as an Ashanti, to marry an Ewe, we literally don't have the exact same culture.
It's different already. Like.
We might be Ghanaian, but we don't have the exact same culture. Maybe we grew up listening to the same songs, but like, I don't want to say what's music. I think music is important, let me not cap, but also, what's music? You can learn that. DJ Neptizzle plays Hip Life. Like,
I even forgot about, shout out DJ Neptizzle, man.
Shout out Neptizzle. Like, if we're being real, you can, like, it's possible to adopt a culture while still being exactly who you are. And I think that's what you do when you marry or date or have kids with somebody outside of your exact culture. That's what you do. So as much as I'll say, I want my youth to be bare Ghanaian, that's not with forsaking where their father is from. Factually speaking, you can do both. It's the same way I can be Ghanaian and date somebody who's not Ghanaian. Does it make me any less Ghanaian? I don't think so. I think so. And I think particularly it depends on how cultured you think you are. Because I've met people who are, I know a guy, he's half Ghanaian, half Nigerian. His mum is Nigerian, but he's bare Ghanaian. Not forsaking the fact that he's also a Nigerian. Like, not forsaking that fact. It's clear. He'll tell you both. He doesn't say, he's only from one country, or them people that dash away one part of them. He doesn't dash one side of him, but I guess he speaks both languages to the same degree. He doesn't speak them both bare fluently, but he can hold a, how are you, I'm fine, hello, can I have this, please, thank you, conversation in both languages. And I don't see why that's so hard. But the difference between those kinds of people and us is both of your parents were born in that country. Therefore, you're getting that direct... Do you know what I'm saying? You're getting that direct... Like, if your mum is born in Nigeria, you're getting Nigeria through your mum's lens. But now, if I'm your mum, and I'm your mum whose parents were born in Ghana and I was born in... You're getting a London Ghanaian. You're not getting a Ghanaian.
Not getting that straight off the... What's the Ghanaian... What's the a tree in Ghana?
A tree?
Yeah, like... What's a fruit that I don't know what would say that thing?
Kube.
Yeah, kube. Yeah, like...
A coconut. You're not getting that. You're not getting straight from a kube. Like, you're not getting kubencio from me.
Yeah, you're not getting
that truly. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I can only be as Ghanaian as I am.
That stomach churn in Quebec.
No. I can't even drink pure water.
days.
Do you get it?
Yeah.
Like, I can't drink. How can you drink pure water if I can't? Like, it's not adding up. It's not adding up.
That's gonna
It's not
tear your
right.
guts up.
It's gonna tear your ass out. Even fun eyes sometimes. Like,
No question, Juniors. Nigga spent the whole trip on the toilet.
Do you know what I'm saying?
You got malaria. Fam, you had ice cream, man.
It's high. I have a black man blood in me, yeah, but you're not getting Ghana in the same way as you would from somebody who's born there, and that's fortunate or unfortunate. Depends on how you want to see it. Do you love where you're from? Does it matter to you that you weren't born there? I don't lie awake at night thinking, if only I was born in Ghana. Like, I don't. Yeah. I am who I am, and I am who I am because that's the way God intended it to be.
In it, forth to the world and back, baby.
Do you feel me? But also, I would love for my kids to be able to speak Tree.
Yeah, same.
At least as much as I can.
Yeah, that's what I want to learn so that I can pass that on.
But then do you think, right, if my kids were to speak, how can my kids speak Tree as much as I can if I
don't speak
Tree as much as my
See,
but
they don't
speak it that much.
But then again, why don't they speak it that much?
Because they had to move to a new country and learn, well, not only speak a language that they had learnt when they were in Ghana, but like they had to speak it in a way that English people would understand.
Yeah. And I feel like that's hard because when you're trying to assimilate into a culture, and then you have to try and get your kids to assimilate into it as well, that's what you're going to...
You want them to be like their peers. I want my kids to be like their peers, but I also want them to be Ghanaian. So where do we go from here? If you successfully learn Tree, then I know there's hope for my kids.
Wow. You know what? I'll take that. I'll take it.
Yeah. If you can learn it, then city girls are up.
Sure, yeah. That was a really nice conversation.
Hey, yeah, I agree.
And just want you guys to know, we didn't have that planned this morning. We were in the camera way, like we had one topic, and we was like, what the hell we going to do?
And the car sickness was kicking my ass, fam.
Fam.
Beating me up.
I was feeling sick. But cool. Topics?
After I just picked them, now I'm like, where are they?
Should I go first?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I wasn't feeling this tune when I first heard it, but again, I don't think it was centered for me. But it's Brent Faiyaz Show You Off.
Oh, okay.
I bang with that tune now.
Mm-hmm.
Who's gonna call you baby? Fam, that tune is cold, and I rate what he did in terms of like when it was World's International Women's Day.
Mm-hmm.
Bang with it. My second tune I got put onto this recently is by Frosty.
Mm-hmm.
It's called 100 G Packs. 100 G Packs and them niggas beat at us, then we beat it back, fam. That tune.
It sounds cruddy. I haven't heard it.
It's hard still. I can't even lie. And you know me, baby Keem enthusiast.
We love a bit of baby Keem.
Fam, yeah, he dropped a tune called No Sense. Yeah, Chris, you're gonna love it.
Right, cool.
You're gonna love it, fam.
I have my AirPods. I realized.
Oh, you do have them.
Yeah, thank God.
This nigga said I'm walking down the aisle here doing my dirty. What? I'm walking down the aisle doing my dirty. Are you dumb?
He's a psycho.
Fam, this nigga's so sick. But yeah, those are my top picks.
Okay, so my first top pick is a throwback. It is actually DRAM, Big Baby, featuring Erykah Badu with Wifi. That is a tune. It came up on my chill mix and I was like, yeah, this is a bit of me. My second top pick is, I think it's new. It's Skiifall and Knucks with Ting Part 2. Have you heard it?
No.
Yeah, it's gonna be good vibes.
Is it new?
I think it is.
Because you just dropped something.
Yeah, Knucks just dropped. Shout out Knucks. And my final top pick is Loved by You, Justin Bieber featuring Burna Boy.
Oh, so I haven't heard the project yet.
Give it a listen.
Cause I know everybody's like banging off Peaches, but I like Peaches the performance more than anything else.
Yeah, you would do. But that is my final top pick. I love a bit of Burna, so that's what that is.
Same.
Well, it's been your girl Lex.
It's been your boy Denz.
And you've been locked into
TwinPodcast. We didn't even say it at the same time that time. But
we
nigga,
did.
We tired,